I made a video about the bystander effect and why we need to learn to overcome it. And I didn't really expect it to pop off, but I'm glad that it did, because I think it's important that we learn what it is, and we learn how to not sit idly by while folks are harmed, right? That we understand in this day and age why it is that we need to step in solidarity and protect those around us. And on that video, this comment was left. It starts in school. The bystander effect starts in school. When we allow holds and physical removal from the classroom as standard practice, starting as children, we are teaching children that that is normal. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We are indoctrinating our children to be compliant and to let authority figures harm our peers. We start that in kindergarten, if not before. Not to mention, we are also teaching children to accept collective punishment starting at a very young age in institutional schools as well. I mean, I could go on a whole rant about this as an unschooler. Part of the reason that we are unschoolers is that I want my kids to question authority. My husband is a public school teacher because obviously only a tiny percentage of us have the privilege to unschool, right? And every child deserves a quality education. I think most dedicated teachers would like to see significant reforms of the public school. But the public school model in the United States was crafted after the Prussian model of schooling. The Prussian military model is what we have. It was designed to create compliant soldiers for the Prussian military, and we adopted it in the United States to create compliant workers for the Industrial Revolution, to create compliant little cogs in the machine of capitalism, folks who will not question authority. And I know I've said this many times, but it still horrifies me 20-something years later. The first school that my husband ever taught in, the motto of that school was shaping tomorrow's model citizens. That creeped me the fuck out. How about we be equipping tomorrow's future leaders? How about we be helping children become their true and authentic selves? Like, why on earth would the motto of your school be shaping tomorrow's model citizens? Like, ugh. But that is the mindset. That's the whole, like the bell system at school, collective punishment, making children work on a rigid schedule, not allowing children to have autonomy over their bodily functions. I had a video that went viral a while back that was about how like kids in American schools, they don't get to have control over their bodily functions. This adults in the school, the authority figures, deny them access to the restroom. They have to ask permission, and there are often limited numbers of hall passes for you to take care of your own bodily functions. Children in American schools are fed incredibly low quality food. Anybody else love to watch those Korean videos of Korean workers and Korean school children and like the amazing meals that they get? Yeah, in America, school lunch is given to the lowest bidder. It is the cheapest, most, poorest quality food. But kids have to eat often in like a 15 or 20 minute chunk. You have to wait in a long line, get your food, and then wolf it down very quickly. Children have to walk in lines. They have to raise their hand before they can talk. Like there are all of these steps in the industrial school model that are about building compliance and getting children to accept unquestioningly the authority of adults. And children are severely punished if they do not fit into that model. They're severely punished if they, not just neurodivergent, but if they just don't stand for that bullshit, if they want to be individuals, if they want to speak their mind, if they don't want to comply with arbitrary rules, and especially if they want to stand up for their classmates, especially if they want to protect their peers against the authority figures in the system. All of that is grooming us for American society. I've said on my parenting videos, but also on my unschooling videos and just in general, like I don't believe in the concept of obedience. It's one of the big reasons that I started deconstructing from my religion, because I saw the way that Christianity treats children. Like I don't believe in the concept of obedience. I believe in cooperation. I believe in folks learning the skills to run their own life and to be in community with other people and to have conflict and work through that in a healthy way. And I believe in people getting to make their own decisions. But evangelical America and the public school system both, and now we're seeing this Christo-fascist conflating of evangelical value. Like, look at the Oklahoma school system, y'all. Oh my God, I feel so bad for every child in Oklahoma. Conflating this like morphing together of the Prussian, military model, the capitalist cog in the machine model of public school, with also all of these like Christian first-time obedience, unquestioningly submit to authority, especially if it's a Christian man. You must submit to your fathers, to men in authority, no matter what. We're seeing that all twisted together, and like this is going to get worse. This is going to get worse. Punishing children from a young age, conditioning them to not stand up for each other, not stand up for their own rights, not stand up when the state is being violent against their community members. This is going to get worse. So we've got two parents in our own homes. We've got to be working against this. I said in another video that parenting in 2025, it's a radical act to parent your children, against fascism, to parent your children in a pro-democracy, pro-autonomy way. That is entirely a radical act. And I think as we see schools get worse and worse and worse, it's going to have to be more intentional from us as parents.